Hey there, Bobcats. It's me, Mr. Campbell. I'm here to talk a little bit about our referrals and what that looks like and what that means for you as a student. So, we're going to talk about two different types. There's staff managed and there are collaborative referrals. So, they have different consequences and look a little bit different. So, we're going to talk very briefly about what those look like. The first we're going to talk about is called staff managed referrals, also called minors sometimes. All right. Now, a minor or a staff managed referral could be for some of these things, but not just these. There's other things that we can also have as staff managed. So that would be things like disruptive behavior. So disrupting the learning environment. So if we're shouting out, if we're talking to friends when we've been warned and told, hey, we need to quiet down so everybody can listen. It might be things like running around the classroom or not following directions. Those are all disruptive behavior because they make it difficult for others to learn. We also have leaving class without permission. So this would be something like if you're upset and you walk out of the classroom, we have to know where you are at all times. And so if you're choosing not to follow the rules of the classroom of staying together, that could be a staff managed referral. We also have things like inappropriate language. Now this could be things from curse words all the way to things like name calling and being rude to others as well. So lots of things there for inappropriate language. And then we also have verbal aggression. And again, this would be like telling somebody that you're going to hurt them. This could be things like saying you're going to throw things or do things like that. That's called verbal aggression. All right. The last one I want to touch on is called horseplay. And this oftentimes could be something that isn't even meant to be aggressive. You and a friend might be pushing each other or playing around and getting a little bit too rough. And the reason that we have horseplay is because a lot of times that then turns into an actual fight because one person might feel like they've actually been hurt, get upset at the other student. So all of these are called staff managed. And again, there's actually more to these that you can ask an adult in our building to tell you more about that as well. What happens is we write these up because we're trying to give you opportunities to fix that behavior. So the teacher might say, I have to write you a staff managed referral. And what ends up happening is if you get 3 of those within 1 month, they turn into a collaborative referral. Let's talk a little bit more about collaboratives. Also, sometimes we call those major referrals, okay? So a collaborative referral is a little bit more severe than our staff managed. Staff managed, a classroom teacher, an interventionist like myself might deal with that situation on their own. A collaborative is usually when we're going to be talking to somebody else, like one of our administrators, our principal, our assistant principal, and sometimes when we have a dean, the dean will also be in on that. So 3 staff managed turns into a collaborative, and sometimes that could carry consequences from things like lunch detention. It could be you could be sent home for a period of time. In terms of what's coming up, it could even mean that you lose out on part of our celebrations that are going on. So collaboratives are going to be, we're going to go through a few of these. They're going to be a little bit more severe than our staff managed. All right. So an excessive disruption, that's when you're disrupting the learning environment, not just for a short while, but for a long period of time. Teachers are here to teach. They want you to learn, but the classroom has to be in a state where that can happen. And if you are disrupting that, that can be a collaborative referral. This also is fighting, and this includes if somebody else hits you first, you can still get a collaborative if you fight back. I know that that's really hard to understand because we want to say, hey, I want to defend myself, which is true. We want you to be safe. But the best thing that you can do is if somebody tries to attack you or hurt you, go get an adult without fighting back. That way you are in the clear. The other person will be the one who's in trouble. But if you choose to fight back, hit back, kick back, things like that, you can get a collaborative referral for that. We also have things like property destruction. So that could be things like kicking or breaking doors or throwing and ripping up books or breaking things all around the school. Property is just things. So if you're breaking things, that could also be a collaborative referral. We also have bullying on our list of different types of collaborative referrals. And bullying is something when it is repeated to the same person. When you have the same name calling or you're following them around, you're putting hands on them over and over again, that could be considered bullying. All right. Now, those are all of our different ones. Sorry, I jumped ahead for a second. Those are all going to be collaborative referrals. And again, there's actually more than just what's on this list. If you have questions, ask an adult about that. But for us, for right now, we're going to talk about in December, we are going to have the Glow Party. If you haven't done the Glow Party before, it is super fun. We've got about a half hour in the gymnasium. We'll be playing music. and we turn on glow lights. And so anything that's bright color really pops because it draws out all the colors inside there. It is super fun. We've got a bunch of different things planned for that time. However, we want this to be a celebration of students who are making good choices. And so you're in charge of that this month. So here's what it looks like. If you get one collaborative referral, that's a loss of 10 minutes at the Glow Party. 2 collaborative referrals is 20 minutes lost at the Glow Party, and then 3 collaborative referrals, you don't get to go to the Glow Party because that would be all 30 minutes. All right. I want to remind you once again, 3 staff managed can turn into a collaborative. So that could be things like if you keep choosing to not follow directions in the classroom and your teacher tells you I'm doing a staff managed, and the next day you do it again, staff managed, and the next day again, that's 10 minutes of your Glow Party you don't get to attend. Just super sad, and we want to see you there. I want to see you at the Glow Party, dancing, having fun, enjoying the cool lights, but you've got to make sure that you are earning that. So, Bobcats, I want you to make sure you remember you are in charge of you. You are in charge of the way that you treat others. Your actions, your words, they are all in control of yourself. So you've got to make sure we're following our expectations of being safe, responsible, and respectful, so that way we don't get any collaborative referrals and don't have to miss out on that Glow Party. I am super excited. We'll be telling you more about the Glow Party in the coming days. Have a great rest of today, and we will see you later. Bye, Bobcats.